Hello everybody, it's the Lazarator. We are back with another video, and this time in the world of console gaming. Why? Because Kotaku has put out one of the weirdest PS5 reviews I have seen in my life. These people apparently just don't get how to sell stuff. Your job at a game review site or a game journal is to sell product, not push politics, and they want to push politics all the time. This is apparently, for some people who don't know, games journalists went from a source of sales and marketing for game companies to now where rejects from CNN go to live out the rest of their days. All right. But basically, if you're not good enough to get on CNN, you become a game journo. Anyway, we have a review from Ian Walker. Now, I'm not going to bug you with the rest of this entire review. It's in excess of 3,000 words. Most of the review, and this is the sad part, because most of the review is really good. This guy gets, and this thing that irritates me, this guy gets a free PS5 and free games, reviews them, and it's obvious this guy does not enjoy playing video games. He apparently abhors the idea of playing video games. But most of the article is really good. He talks about the graphics, the design of it, the frame rate, the download speeds, which are very impressive, I'm not going to lie. But what gets me is not all of this, but down here at the bottom. Because after giving the PS5 a glowing review, and I mean, I'm going to put this in the description so you can see this, because the review of the PS5 is actually really good. It has a lot of technical stuff in it, and it is something that you as a gamer, anyone who does gaming as a hobby, you are going to want to know this stuff if you're going to make a decision between the Xbox X and the PS5. Okay, if you're trying to pick between those two consoles, it has a lot of technical stuff that may change your mind. Personally, I'm not getting either because, one, I'm sick of console gaming bullcrap and being limited by it, and two, I've been a PlayStation fan for a long time, and I'm sick of Sony's censorship. I'm going full PC. I am ascending to a better world, ladies and gentlemen, and many of y'all can join me if you wish. But we get on down here to this part, and this is the part that I'm wanting to really spend some time on. After talking about how good the PlayStation 5 is, we get to this. But does it really matter? This review has spent 3,000 words talking about the PlayStation 5, which is the most I've written about anything. It's a good video game console, as there has ever been. The combination of ultra-high definition video, increased frame rates, high-end graphic techniques like ray tracing, and the lighting, fast SSD, make it feel like a real deal, next-gen successor to the PlayStation 4. And if you're not ready to give up on the previous console, the PlayStation 5 reliably runs a vast majority of the PlayStation 4 library, with many of those games receiving upgrades to fidelity, frame rate, and loading times. Now, mind you, this is the ending part of this. This is where it goes off the deep end right now, and you realize this guy Ian Walker doesn't like playing games. He's more interested in politics than he is video games. And you'll see this with radio talk show hosts. They always try to pivot back to something that they like. Usually it's The Godfather, it's racing, it's shooting. I do this with shooting a lot on my own channel. Or they'll pivot it back to baseball or football or basketball or something that they really like. They try to put it in terms you can understand by using that narrative. Let's say they would some of these guys would compare the current election to The Godfather in some instance, where Trump's taking Biden to the mattresses now because he believes he's been wronged by him. So all that's where we get into this nonsense. But I'd be remiss to ignore all the reasons not to be excited for the PS5. Now listen, it has nothing to do technical. Everything in this article above, and I encourage you to get in the description and go read it. Because everything about this article says that the PS5 is a kick-ass system. And for me, if it wasn't for the censorship, I'd probably be shelling out $700 to get one. But here we go. This is his reasoning for not being excited for it. The world is still reeling under the weight of the COVID-19 pandemic. There are more Americans out of work right now than at any point in the country's history, with no relief in sight. Technically, I'm not one of those people because I work in construction. So even if a lockdown goes into place, I'm still fucking going to work. So y'all can, well, most of y'all that are in other places, I feel for you. But no, it's not very much fun over here either. Anyway, our healthcare system is an inherently evil institution that forces people to ration life-saving medications like insulin and choose suicide over suffering with untreated mental illness. Okay. My wife will kill me if I don't address this now. Insulin is not a life-saving medication. Insulin is basically a drug you have to take because your body does not produce insulin very well. Okay? He's talking about diabetes. Now here's another thing. A good chunk of diabetes can be solved with losing weight. A lot of diabetes is not genetic. It is simply you got too fat and it has fucked up your entire system. I know plenty of people who had major diabetes, were on insulin and 4 or 5 different medications, finally had an aha moment, found a personal trainer who could get them there, who said, look, I'm here for your health. I'm here for your life. I want to give you a better quality of life. I don't care what you look like afterward. And got them not looking buff and massive, but took them to the point of, okay, I'm feeling much better. Our medical system, a lot of times, a lot of the problems with the medical system isn't that it's rationing things. Medication is not rationed to people. If you need it, they go send you to get it. That's why we have an opium crisis. This idiot right here doesn't know what he's talking about, but he desperately wants to write about shit he doesn't know anything about. It's Michael Jordan wanting to play baseball right now. Okay? As I am writing this, it looks very likely that Joe Biden will be our next president. So, as long as he wins legitimately, I don't give a fuck. But it's clear that the worst people aren't going away just because a new old white man is sitting behind the resolution desk. Well, at least not this old white man. Our government is fundamentally broken in a way that necessitates radical change rather than incremental electoralism. This is why you shouldn't be excited. Because this guy, who's probably left-leaning, his guy won. Okay? The compromise is, our election's based on compromise, not on what you want. Okay? It's like Trump's song. It's like the Trump song comes out there, You don't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. Well, we needed Trump for a while. We may still get Trump. I'm not here to talk politics right now. This guy is pitching a fit right now because Joe Biden is projected to be the new president, and he's angry that they're still ending up with some old white guy. Well, let me ask you a question. Who would you like to have in there? Bernie? Another old white guy? I mean, frick. But this is what is apparently necessary for him to say within a PS5 review. You're reviewing a game console, dude. Not giving not giving a political activist class in college, whatever that would be. Probably women's studies or some nonsense. The harsh truth is that for the reasons listed above, more and more, a lot of people simply won't be able to buy a PlayStation 5 regardless of the supply. Oh, bullshit. That all it's going to take is the government giving out a second stimulus, and PS5 is going to sell like hotcakes. It's $700 and something. You get a $1,200 stimulus. That's enough to not only get you the system, but probably buy you a brand new TV. Well, maybe, yeah, that'd be enough to get you a brand new TV with a 4K maybe, and probably buy a physical game with it, or maybe a download. On top of you're getting your entire gaming library downloaded to the new system. People will be able to afford this if they get their stimulus money that Trump promised, which Biden's talking about not doing that stuff. So, anyway. Or if they can, concerns over increasing austerity in the United States and the growing threat of widespread political violence supersede any euphemism about the console's SSD or how ray tracing makes reflections more realistic. It's not to say that you can't be excited for those things. I certainly am on some level, but there's an irrefutable level of privilege attached to the ability to simply tune out the world as it burns around you. Probably if you live in a major city, you would probably have to worry about that. I did a video a while back of a very small town called Eminence, Missouri, in which a group of rioters threatened the city to come in there and riot and burn the small town down, and the sheriff did not call the governor, did not call the National Guard, did not call the Fed. He called the Missouri Defense League, and they sent about 200 to 400 armed men down there. Every one of them had an AR-15. Every one of them had about 150 rounds of ammunition, and nobody rioted. Like, in the cities, you're having to worry about that, and that's where the burning's going on. Show me a small town that's being burned to the ground at this particular moment out in the rural areas. It's not happening. We show up. We have guns. It's like, yeah, we're going to burn y'all shit down. Are you sure about that? We going back to city, man. Say, right. They all leave and go back to your place. They can't get outside the city without running into a firearm at some point. Is that the end of this? Okay, we have more. I won't deny that video games can be an escape. It feels great to lose yourself in a fictional world where you can fix everything. That might be what the country needs right now, okay? If we're looking at lockdowns, which are going to exacerbate the problems we got right now, if you're looking at lockdowns, the ability for people to get on a game and hash out their problems in a COD match, I would much rather prefer that. Hell, you know what? Let's get the Proud Boys and BLM in a COD match on the internet and have them fight it out. I mean, let them kill a bunch of avatars on there for days on end. I don't care as long as they're not burning people's property down. Frick. That'd be a lot better in my opinion. War should be fought on video game consoles, not in the real world. Some of us see a strength or a personality trait in a video game character that we wish we saw in ourselves. Well, yeah, that's how characters work. It's how good writing works, actually. As much as it sucks for real world problems to intrude on that space, I found it increasingly difficult to focus on video games amid our current situation. I haven't. I've been playing Fallout 4 for the last couple of days and grinding people with I found out that a minigun actually works better as a melee weapon, and it's a bloody mess. I'm enjoying it. Many nights. It's all I can do to play a couple of runs of Spelunky. Well, that's probably because you're a fake gamer, dude, and this is your job. I mean, frick, I'd love to have your job to sit here and get online, get paid a crap ton of money, and get games for free. How do I do that anyway? How do I do this? How do I get on Kotaku? Because I can get them up there in clicks, I promise you. I promise you I could get them up in clips, in clickbait. For a few hours of doom scrolling and a restless sleep. And I know I'm not alone in that feeling. We are collectively tired, and for a good reason. Damn, what is wrong with everything you're saying right now? Everything Ian's saying are reasons to get a console right now, okay? You're going to be stuck inside. You're going to have problems outside your house. As long as those problems, if people are going to go up there and shine lights into my house, I'm just going to put some black fabric up in front of the windows. Let them piss and moan outside. Click on some kind of game or something. Like right now, I think I got Shadow of Mordor for free right now on PlayStation Store, which I'm playing at the moment until I get my PC in. I'm gonna freaking go in there and play my game and just let them. If they want to scream and yell outside, I don't care. Now they bust a window out, we're gonna have problems. Okay, it's just, you throw rocks, I'll throw lead. That's how this works. Just don't do it. But as far as you're sitting here, everything you're saying to keep you from being excited Hey, you know what? It'd be a good idea to get away from this nonsense get away from the real world and go play some fucking video games for a bit. My God. Sony and Microsoft chose a hell of a time to release their next-gen video game consoles. No, they didn't. They picked this because this is about the interval for the systems. I think the PlayStation 5 is a great machine, but it's tough to recommend when folks are literally fighting for their lives while residing in the richest country in the world. I was very lucky to receive a PS5 for the purposes of this review, despite the fact I am comfortable enough to have bought one myself. Well, here, give me your art. Give it to me. I'll take it. I guarantee you there's some poor kid somewhere who would love to have a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. Send him a PlayStation 5. Dadgummit. But this whole nonsense of, oh, I'm privileged. Yeah, you are privileged because, damn, this is what you're doing. You're living the dream right now. I would love to quit my job right now, stop working on a roof, breaking my back, so that I could play video games all day and tell you about them. Oh, this has got a great frame rate. The graphics are amazing on this. How I can immerse. I mean, I would provide a factor on here, Kotaku, of immersion for the systems. But I mean, dear God, this guy has spent... I don't know. He's still going on in this article about why the current political climate should make you not want to buy a PS5. Look, you're going to be, like I said, you're going to be locked down. You're going to have rioters. As long as they leave you, I don't care if you protest. You can go outside and make all the noise you want. I'll throw on my noise canceling headphones, pop on some Shadow of Mordor, and I'm going to go out there kicking orcs' ass the whole time. I mean, frick me. If you're in the same boat, I encourage you to grab the console and see what it's all about for yourself. If you aren't, don't feel like the PlayStation 5 would change your life. It's a video game system. It's not going anywhere. I'm looking forward to a time when we can all chat about next generation gaming on equal footing without a dozen daily crises looming over our heads. Until then, let's focus on what's truly important, even if that means dipping out of the next gen hype machine for a bit. Okay, PlayStation 5 should demand to revoke your console at this point. If I was a console designer and I saw this, I would tell Kotaku to go fuck themselves. You just basically did an entire article hyping up my system and then told everyone because of the current political climate they should not buy my product. I would rake your ass over the coals for false advertisement at this point. This is asinine and stupid. I mean, damn. Fuck. No wonder nobody listens to you people anymore. I stopped watching Kotaku back when PS4 came out. Or back in PS3, actually. Because they kept talking about stupid shit all the time. They keep wanting to get political. This is why you need to know where you are and do that one thing. Okay? I know a lot of people. I remember my wife, we watched this movie one time called How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. And in it, this one girl, she's a fashion writer. She's writing fashion. That's her job. She keeps trying to get political. And her boss tells her, this would be a great article for the news. But this is Vogue. And we don't write political stuff. We write fashion. At least back in the day they did. Damn. God, I shouldn't go buy I'm not buying a PS5 because they're talking about, listening in on your conversations, and they also talk about censoring games. That's a deal breaker for me. I want the game the way the artist intended it to be, and I want the privacy to enjoy it. All right? I don't like the idea of that censorship. That's what's breaking me on consoles entirely. I would much rather go to PC and have, mods and everything else. I'd rather go to PC and have a Red Sonja mod on Skyrim and all that boxum red-headed glory, than to sit here and do all this crap. Then deal with censorship. I mean, like Skyrim right now, you can't get the mods you can get on PC. And the mods on PC are amazing compared to the mods on... shoot, you can only use existing systems. You can't download... you can't import new systems in. There's upper echelon games for me there. But you have this guy here who's just I want to be political so bad. I want to be a person on CNN. Why aren't I a writer on CNN? Look, CNN, I'm in Kotaku over here. Love me. Bring me over there to y'all so I can write political stuff too. Oh my God, you whiny little bitch. Shut up. Man, PlayStation just should not. I mean, if I was Sony, I just wouldn't send Kotaku anything anymore. I'd be like, fuck this shit. We'll find some independent YouTuber to do the job better. I mean, my God. Anyway, folks, tell me what you think about this in the comments. Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Are you just feel pity for this poor fool who apparently didn't get what they wanted in life? And how would you feel if you got paid in consoles and games to review consoles and games for the rest of your life? Also, this guy I think also gets a paycheck too from Kotaku. Anyway, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay frosty, game on, folks. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye now.